My name is Dick Finnegan, and I'm a recovering human resources director. It's a 12-step process. I'm working my way through it. When's the last time you heard a really, really good worker say, "My boss treats me like dirt, but I'm holding on for Employee Appreciation Week," you know? I'll get a balloon and a hot dog, and I'll be over the top.
Dick Finnegan is a highly regarded speaker on topics related to leadership, employee engagement, and retention. His presentations are based on his diverse experience, ranging from helping to reduce turnover of bankers in Siberia to advising on retention of workers in gold mines in Africa. His hands-on research included traveling 3 kilometers underground to learn why workers stay and why they leave. Dick has assisted multinational companies in China, including Rolls-Royce, AstraZeneca, and Coca-Cola, with improving employee retention. His consulting work has helped the CIA in reducing employee turnover. Dick is a top-selling author whose books include Rethinking Retention, which was excerpted around the world by Business Week, which said, "Finnegan offers fresh thinking for solving the turnover problem in any economy." The Power of Stay Interviews, which is now the top-selling book in the history of the Society for Human Resources Management, or SHRM. The Stay Interview, a Manager's Guide, which is being published in 20 languages and an audiobook, and HR's Greatest Challenge, which they believe will supplant the Power of Stay Interviews and become the new SHRM top seller. Dick Finnegan writes top-selling books, but his best skill is keynote speaking to rally managers and HR professionals to engage, retain, and lead their people better.
How do you cut turnover and improve engagement? What's the real secret? And I said the real secret is you have to think like a business person. You have to take a business-driven approach. You have to have goals and accountabilities and convert things to dollars. You have to think like business people think. You have to think like CEOs think instead of the traditional model of HR, go fix it. And if you can convert your thinking to that model, you can win. You can change everything. The agenda says we're going to talk about engagement goals. We're going to talk about how often do we survey. We're going to talk about how do we forecast future engagement. Then we're going to talk about how do we report engagement in dollars. Imagine if for every manager in your company you could say, based on your score, your contribution is a positive this number of dollars, or based on your score, your contribution is a negative this amount of dollars. Now we've got people's attention. The question is, do you solve retention and engagement with accountabilities, or do you do it with programs? And programs means we got our survey results and our employees want more recognition, so let's have Employee Appreciation Week. Or we got our survey results, employees want more communication, let's have town hall meetings and a newsletter. Or we got our survey results and people want more careers, let's have a brown bag speaker from the community college come in and talk about careers. So another way of thinking about it is, do you run solutions through your managers and supervisors, or do you run your solutions around them? Right. And this is a study by a global consulting firm where they interviewed 1,000 people who had just left their jobs, and they asked them 5 questions. How did you like your pay? How did you like your benefits? How did you like your advancement opportunities? How did you like your development opportunities? And how did you like your supervisor? The results they got were a straight flush. The more you liked your boss, the more you liked your pay, your benefits, development, advancement. And if you thought your boss was a jerk, you didn't like your pay, your benefits, development, or advancement. So another way of saying this is the prism through which employees see their company is the way they see their boss. I would bet you $20 that if you thought of the best boss you ever had and then the worst boss you ever had, this would be true. That you would say, I trusted the best boss and I distrusted the worst boss. And you would also say this, The best boss had shortcomings. There were things that best boss just couldn't do. But it's almost like he or she was cute because they couldn't do some things well. Because we're so forgiving when we trust people. But your worst boss had strengths. They could do some things very well, but you were blindfolded to those strengths. You couldn't see those strengths because the definition of a jerk boss is just someone you don't trust. How many of you would say, raise your hand if this is true, you can immediately think of somebody in your company who manages others who cannot build trust? Raise your hand if you would say, yeah. So look around the room. Stay interviews, 2 hospitals, big nursing home facility, nurse turnover down 33, down 39, down 70 in 1 year. This is the answer. This really works. That I surveyed a bunch of managers who'd done many stay interviews, and the question I was most interested in was, what do they ask for the most? Because you know the knee-jerk here is to say, they're all going to want more money, right? They're all going to want vision care. They're all going to want something that costs money, right? The answer to what they want the most was, remove obstacles so I can do my work better. They want more productivity. They want, fix this equipment, change this process, don't make me fill out this form. Get this department to keep their end of the deal. That's what they want the most. They want to get more work done. The Gallup Corporation is surveying citizens in 150 nations for 100 years on what makes people happy. At 6 years, they released the first 6 years of data. So the correct answer is on your screen. I'm going to tell you the 5, and then I'm going to ask you by show of hands to vote what makes people happy. So the first choice is good health. The second choice is a good job. The third is love and respect from others. The fourth is money for needs and more. And the fifth is a better life for your children.
Hi, I'm Dick Finnegan. Please contact us if I can add value to your next meeting. I promise to customize my presentation to your audience and bring my absolute best. Thank you for considering my work.